everyone, Riniverse here, and welcome to another collaboration event that I hope you guys might enjoy. In SINoALICE today, we are going to be looking into the Kakegurui FAIRYTALE Gamblers collaboration event. For those who are not familiar with this animated series, the plot revolves around students who attend the Hideyuki Private Academy. I don't know if I said that right, and I apologize if I said it wrong. It is a school for the most wealthy and privileged individuals. The social hierarchy of the school is determined through a series of games where the students must wager their fortunes against one another. I am interested in this collab as I don't have a clue what's in it. Like, I have some theories on what the story is about, but not definite. I'm also excited about seeing the new character as she is new. She is the little match girl. I don't know anything about her. I don't know her story. I don't even know her fairy tale. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. Let's start this adventure, and hopefully we don't go into debt because being in debt is really not that great. Oh, it's on sideways. Okay.
ギャンブルの勝者には富と名声。敗者は家畜扱いされる弱肉強食の世界。
I think they're talking about the recap of the anime. Don't worry, I'll flip the screen for you guys so you guys won't look sideways. But for me, it's gonna be a bit of a sideways journey. Oh, that is it. Alrighty, let's see how many verses there are. 13. So without further ado, let's go to verse 1. I guess I have to be the little match girl, I guess. I was gonna go with my own character, but okay. What do you want from me, game?
今日も人々は我を忘れて夢中になっていた。しかし、一人の少女はその熱狂から距離を置いていた。貧乏で哀れなマッチ売りの少女。その胸元にはミケと書かれたプレートが怪しく光っていた。マッチ売りの少女はある日突然にこの学園で目を覚ました。すぐにこの世界を脱しようとするが、不可思議な力に阻まれてしまう。そうして彼女は囚われたのだった。泥沼のような欲望と快楽の泡が立つこの百花王学園に。
Another day, another crowd of people losing themselves in their wages. One of them stands apart. However, in the strength and fire of that obsession, the poor, pitiful little match girl, a tag on her chest glitters harshly in the light, declaring her name to be Mittens. The poor wretch had woken up one day to find herself at this academy. She tried to flee this world at once, of course, only to find herself blocked by a mysterious power, and so she was trapped within Hideyuki Private Academy, where pleasures boiled up from a fetid swamp of greed. It sucks to be in debt. Hope you get out of it, little match girl.
今の私はミケ。
For now, I've become Mittens, nothing more than a slave. But to who? I don't know.
ひどい扱いでした。
They're all being awful, making me wait on them hand and foot.
勝てると思ったんですけど。
I've been so sure I was going to win, but oh, you were taking gambling. I failed and failed. And I don't even know if I can stand this anymore, being the slave. Yeah, I think you brought it on yourselves. Oh, I just looked at the currency and like the gambling numbers and all that at the bottom as our like weapons. That's cool.
マッチ売りの少女は学園に来て数日で力によって脱出するのは諦めた。だがすでに理解していた。生き延び脱出するにはギャンブルで勝つことが必要だと。故に意を決して賭場に身を投じた。ここには一つルールがあった。生徒会に上納金を納めなければならない。その額が下位100円になると非協力傾向生徒家畜となり果て奴隷当然の扱いを受ける。女ならミケ、男ならポチと記されたプレートを首から下げて。そして今敗北を重ねた少女は その重い枷をはめられてしまっていた。
Mere days after she'd come to this place, and she'd already given up on escaping by force, she'd understood by then that to survive, to escape, she had to gamble, and she had to win. Screwing up her determination, she went all in. There was only one rule that mattered. When it came to the student council, you had to pay your dues. Any who slipped below the top 100 in the ranks of contributors are doomed to be house pets. These poor souls are little more than slaves and wear their shame as tags on their collars, mittens for women and fidel for men. Ah, there we go. Now, having accrued such losses as she had, the little match girl found those heavy shackles closing around her.
ミケである少女に対する扱いは次第にヒートアップしていく。暴力、中傷、周囲の生徒たちは少女を取り囲んで嘲笑を浴びせ続ける。そんな悪意を持ち前の前向きさで受け流していたが、状況は変わらない。落書きまみれの机を見てため息をついていると、
パン買ってこいよミケ。
ふと聞き覚えのある声がうつむいた頭上から降ってきた。驚いて顔を上げると、そこには自分と瓜二つの少女がいて。
Oh damn, you have like another self, huh? Maybe it could be related to your story, or it's just because of this collaboration. I don't know. As Mittens, the treatment she received was rapidly worsening. Violence, slander. The girl found herself surrounded by mistreatment from all sides. Ha ha ha! She tried to stay optimistic in the face of the unending hostility, but nothing seemed likely to change. Staring dully down at the surface of her desk, covered in vicious graffiti, she sighed. You, Mittens, go buy me some bread. Eyes fixed on the floor, little match girl flinched as a familiar voice snapped out an order. She looked up in surprise to see a girl who could have been her twin. Let's see how this will go.
おい、こんなふざけた名前で反応すんなよ。
Hey, what are you doing answering to that ridiculous name?
もう一人の私。
Oh, it's another me!
たく、よくこんな動きにくい服着れるな。
And how can you stand wearing this get up?
すごく可愛い
Well,
よ。
awful get up. It's not awful, it's really cute.
そんなだからミケなんだよ。
I think it's her other self? Like trying to help her in a way? What's the deal with you? Other me? Well, other her. But we're playing as the little match girl, so other me.
唖然とする少女を強く睨んでいるのは、故郷のライブラリで共にいたもう一人のマッチ売りの少女だった。お前が急に消えたって聞いたんだ。後をたどってみれば。何やってんだよ。呆れた彼女の様子に少女は涙をこぼした。来るの遅いよ。次々と感情が溢れ出る。泣きじゃくる少女の頭をもう一人の少女は軽く叩いた。落ち着け、ほら。彼女はそう言って少女の手を引く。ここから逃げるぞ、バカ。
Wow, this reminds me of Pinocchio in a way, but a little nicer, to be honest. The doppelganger glaring down at her was her other self, who she hadn't seen since she left their home, the library. I heard you disappeared off somewhere, so I followed you. And what are you even doing? The other match girl sighed in exasperation, but then felt her face twist with sobs as emotion poured out. Wow, how could you leave me here so long? The newly arrived match girl looked at her sobbing counterpart and lightly rapped her head. Calm down, alright? Taking her hand, she began to walk. Less crying, more getting out of here, you idiot. I hope you don't betray us.
二人の少女は手をつないで走る。しかしマッチ売りの少女を閉じ込める謎の力が弱まることはなかった。向こう側が見えているのにその先へ行くことができない。次第に荒くなる呼吸は慣れない水の中でもがいているようだった。そんな彼女たちを生徒たちは嘲笑う。
ミケのくせに逃げ出そうだなんて。
生徒たちは再び二人の前に立ちふさがる。 彼らが仕掛けるのはまたしてもギャンブルだった。しかし少女はもう一人じゃない。繋いだ手に力を込めて二人は深く息を吸い込んだ。
Hands gripped tight, they began to run. However, the strange power that had kept her trapped showing no signs of loosening its hold. She could see the way out, but she couldn't go any further. The more she tried, the greater the strain, until she felt as if she was running through water. Her breath ragged. The other students laughed derisively at the spectacle. Look, Little Mitten thinks she can escape. Two students came to bar their way. Their weapon of choice was, of course, gambling like always. But this time, she wasn't alone. Squeezing their clasped hands for strength, the two took a long, slow breath. I wonder how we're gonna see the other characters though. Let's see what kind of gambling we have to do and how we're gonna get out of this.
家畜が人間になんてなれるわけないでしょ。
Oh, does the house pet think it's people?
負け猫は負け猫らしくおとなしくしてな。
Shut up and learn your place, Mittens. Wow.
あんまりうるせえと燃やすぞ。
How about you shut up before I see how flammable you are?
それはダメ。危ない
Oh,
よ。
no, fire! You'll burn down the skull.
残念。業に行っては業に従え。
Ha, don't be
ここでは
sore when
ギャ
in
ンブルで
Rome.
勝った者が強いのよ。
Around here, power comes from gambling as
大丈
well.
夫。私には強い味方がいます。
I'm not worried. I got powerful
お
ally on
前
my
らを
side.
灰にしてや
I'll
るよ。
burn the lot of you to ash. You know, I kind of considered cosplaying the little match girl too. That
二人は
and
生徒会長
Pinocchio.
室にたどり着く。黒いマッチ売りの少女は乱暴に扉を開け放ち叫んだ。
おい、早くこのクソ学園から出せ。
そんな二人の目の前に現れたのは優雅にティーカップを口元へ寄せていた生徒会長桃髪きらりだった。
あら、可愛らしい来客ね。お茶でもどうかしら。いらねえよ。いいからさっさとこのクソ学園の出方を教えろ。
そう迫られるがきらりは柔らかい笑みを浮かべたまま答える。
お断りするわ。
Approaching the student council room, the dark match girl kicked the door with one violent motion and shouted into the room. Hey! Let us the hell out of here or we'll burn this place down. Before them sat the student council president Kirari Momobami. What pitiful eyes we seem to have. Would you poor dears like some tea? I'll tell you what you can do with your damn tea. Hurry up and let us the hell out of here. Kirari let the furious words slide off of her lips, curled into a soft smile that didn't waver an inch. No. Are you evil in this, story?
ああ、ふざけんじゃねえぞ。
Oh, there's another one.
そう凄まれてもキラリは平然としている。
私は知りたいの。あなたの貧しいお友達のことを。私は最初から貧しい人間がどう歪んでいるか知らないの。だから知りたいわ。知るか。出る方法を教えねえと。出ていく方法はシンプルよ。ここではギャンブルが絶対。だからギャンブルで勝つことね。
キラリの笑みがさらに深くなる。
だけどここには私が興味を引くそういう子を集めているわ。勝つのは簡単ではないわよ。
No. Try saying that again when I'm over there setting fire to your ugly. Even that didn't shake Kirari's calm. So tell me more about your impoverished friend there? I've always wanted to know just how twisted the pores are. So tell me. Don't know, don't care. Now if you don't tell us how to get out of here, oh, that's easy. Here, gambling is everything, which is to say, winning is everything. Kiari's smile went even slyer, all sharp edges. That's what I've been doing here, gathering like-minded people to my side. Winning will be no easy task.
少女たちはこの学園から脱出するためギャンブルで勝つことを決意した。そんな二人の前に立ちはだかったのはあでやかな黒い長髪をきれいに揃えたジャバミユメコ、そして琥珀の瞳で少女たちを睨む早乙女メアリだった。ユメコとメアリは強い意志を宿した瞳で少女たちを見据えている。この二人ただのガキじゃねえ。普通じゃないってこと？ああ、もっとこう ギャンブルを純粋に欲しているような。目の前の異様と言える熱気が少女たちをたじろかせたのだった。
And we're finally seeing Mary and Yumiko. Let's go! The two girls screwed up their determination, realizing they would have to win in order to escape. As they glared at the student council, Yumiko Japami stood in one smooth motion, brushing aside the glossy black length of her hair with one smooth motion. Another of the council's number returns their glares with hard amber eyes. Mary Satome. Mary and Yumiko pinned the two with their piercing gazes, weighing them up. Looks like these two might be more than just a couple of brats. So what? They're special or something? Something. They might just have that pure kind of passion for gambling. That passion, that strangeness in front of their eyes did indeed seem to call to the two girls. Are they gonna help us? I hope they do.
このチンチクリンが今回の
Oh,
相手
we're playing against them. We'll be playing these little twerps today?
可愛らし
Aren't
い
they
方た
the
ちではあ
most
りませんか。
adorable things? We're cute, but
にお願いし
go
ます。
easy on us, please.
今チンチクリンって言ったか？
Twerps, don't talk down to us, you beep.
違うなら実力で証
Put
明して
your
みな
money
さい
where
よ
your mouth is if you think you deserve better. This is going to be too much fun. I can't wait. Oh, great. We're gonna deal with her and her obsession with gambling. Like, she doesn't really care about the money and like the power. All like Yumiko wants is like the aspect of gambling and the thrill of it. And once she's like set on
メアリ
something,
がトランプの箱を
nothing
机
can
に
stop
置き、
her.
ルールを説明する。ゲームの名は2枚インディアンポーカ
カードをジョーカーと絵札を抜いて各2枚配るの。手札のうち1枚を確認してもう片方は頭に掲げて。
ー。手札が2枚。役は3種類ですか？
そう。数字が一致すれば最強。マークの一致は普通。すべて違うなら最弱。同じ役なら数字の合計が大きい方が勝ち。
チップ1枚の価値はおのおの自己申告した借金額を10で割った額です。どうぞ。
ゆめ子が全員にチップを配ったのを合図に極限の探り合いが始まった。
Mary set a card set down on the table, beginning to explain the rules. The game was called Two Card Blind Man's Bluff. The jokers and face cards are taken out, and two each dealt to the players. Players may look at one, but must put the other on their forehead without looking. Two card hands with 3 different possibilities? That's right. It's best if the numbers match. Alright, if only the suits match, but a weak hand if neither matches. If there's a tie, higher numbers win. Each chip represents 10% of your own personal debt. Here's your pull. Yumiko finished distributing the chips to all players, and the game began. I wonder, are we good at gambling? Or we're gonna be even more in debt? I'm not very good at gambling myself, so this is gonna go horribly wrong. You know what would be cool? To have like a mini gambling game in this game. Oh my god, I spoke too soon. I'm not very good at this. I think I get the concept. I don't know if I can do this. Oh no, there's more. Red is 100 million. Yellow is 5 million, and green is 100,000. Let the games begin, I guess.
滲んだ汗が少女たちの輪郭を伝う。勝てない。黒いマッチ売りの少女が焦る。手元のチップが泡のように消えていった。一つ一つの仕草すべてに思惑があるのではないかと焦ってしまう。コールで勝負か、それともフォールドで降りるべきか。極限まで張り詰めた糸はもう今にも切れてしまいそうだった。するとふとか細い声が重圧に支配された沈黙を破った。コール。その声の主はこの学園で目覚め敗北の家畜と化した少女だった。
Sweat stood out on the girl's skin as the tension grew. We can't win. The dark match girl felt panic start to crawl up her spine as their pool of chips began to melt away like mist. The panic burned sharper, and each minute gesture started to take on mysterious meanings. Should we call, be aggressive, or should we be more cautious, fold, push to other extremities? They could feel the moment hanging from a fragile thread, ready to snap. A tense, brittle silence grew between them, shattered by a timid voice. Call! The speaker was none other than the girl who'd almost lost everything, becoming no more than a house pet after waking up at the school. What's the point of me knowing the rules and stuff? I don't know, I guess it's trying to tell me, like, the rules in more depth?
Hey,
what do you think you're doing calling at a time like this?
大丈夫。
I just noticed we're in a classroom. It's fine, we're going to win this probably. That's not very confidently.
その意気込み嫌いじゃないわ。
Optimism, you could do worse. We're newbies.
興奮してしまいます。
I can't hardly send any excitement. What excitement? We're not doing anything that great of worthy praise. Should we say something? We're not
大
exactly.
丈夫。
It's fine,
私を信じて。
trust me. Okay, we're counting on you then. We don't know what we're doing half of the time or majority of the time.
ゲームは終盤に差し掛かる。少女は自分を助けに来てくれた。もう一人の自分の手を机の下で優しく握った。そして指先で言葉を送り始める。相手の非公開カードが分かった。机に伏せたカードが垂直ならスペード、右に傾けるとクラブ、左ならダイヤ。焦りをにじませていたもう一人の少女の瞳が見開かれる。相手のカードを見てみれば、確かにユメコとメアリのカードは傾いていた。いける。少女たちはもう一度手を緩く握り合う。それは逆転勝利への合図だった。
In that moment, as the game approached its ultimate end, she reached out under the table and gently took her counterpart's hand, squeezing it tight. Then the two began to talk in secret, tapping out messages with their fingertips. I know what the hidden cards are. Of the face-down cards, spades are vertical, clubs are slanted right, and diamonds slanted left. One of the match girls, panic rolling off her in waves, felt her eyes widen at that revelation. A glance at the opponent's cards told her it was true. Yumiko and Mary's cards were tilted. We can do this. They let their hands slip into a looser grip, a signal to themselves that their fortune was about to change. I highly doubt that. Yumiko is very, very smart.
負けたわ。
メアリが悔しそうに少女たちを睨んだ。少女たちの手元には溢れんばかりのチップが並んでいる。
まったく。だからつぼみたちのやり方じゃなくて、前みたいに机の下で教え合う方法にすればよかったのよ。
バレるリスクを背負うのもスリルがあっていいじゃないですか。
おっとりとしたユメコの言葉にメアリの顔が嘆きから呆れに変わる。
またお手合わせしましょうね。
多額の借金を背負ったはずのユメコだが、心の底から楽しそうに笑っていた。
I can't tell if they were being serious, like in gambling, or just letting us win. We lost. Mary glared at them, not bothering to hide the bitterness in her eyes as she surveyed the veritable mountain of chips now stacked in front of the two girls. We should never have done things Tsubomi's way. It would have been much better if we communicated under the desk like before. A little extra risk is well worth the thrill, don't you think? Mary heaves a long-suffering sigh at Yumiko's nonchalant attitude. Until our next battle then, despite her heavy debt, Yumiko's laugh was genuine and heartfelt.
再び学園をさまよう少女たちのもとに分厚い封筒が届いた。入っていたのは大量の札束。大金の重みに白いマッチ売りはごくりと喉を鳴らす。
お前らがユメコに勝ったやつか。
ふと少女たちの背後から声がした。振り返れば左目を眼帯で塞いだ女性と生島みだりがいた。みだりは生徒会に所属する美化委員長だったが、その言動は常軌を逸している。
なあ、私とギャンブルしようぜ。そうだな。
みだりは目を細めゲームを仕掛けた。その名も ESP ゲーム。
The two match girls are still wandering the academy grounds when they received a thick envelope containing a similarly thick stack of cash. The match girl felt her mouth go dry at the sight of so much money. So you're the ones who beat Yumiko. Startled by a voice from behind, the girls whirled to see Midari Ikishima standing behind them, a wild look in her one visible eye. A member of the Beautification Council, Midari was a few cards short of a full deck at the best of times. Care for a friendly game of chance? Why don't we play? With an almost manic smile, Midari invited the girls to join her in playing the ESP game. Oh no. Okay, like they're gonna explain all the gambling, like, mechanics. Not really mechanics, but like what the gambling is. So this is the ESP game. There should be a second page. I'll be concerned if there's no. There we go. Here's the symbols. The player with the most points wins.
It's a
simple game. You just line up and match your cards. In another room, the dealer lays out 5 cards. Then you line up your cards like this. The player who lines up their cards that most closely matches the dealer's cards wins. They had a little typo right there. Is that all? How much are you betting? Your lives, apparently. Oh, we won't be playing for anything as dull as money. I prepared 2 revolvers. Load as many bullets as you want. Which one we'll use will be random, but the winner gets to pull the trigger. A number of times equal to the winning score.
節約成功。かけるのは互いの命だというのに、2人はためらうことなく引き金を引く。
このイカ
She's
レ野郎
obsessed with
さっ
dying.
さとくたばれ。ビビってんのか。楽しめよ。行きそうだろ。
駆け引きも何もない。勝負はヒートアップしていく。
また私の勝ちだ。覚悟しろ。このクソ知りたがれ。
黒いマッチ売りの少女は銃の重みから弾丸が発射されることを確信し、銃口を緑に突きつける。
いい最高じゃねえか。この一発でいける。
This time, the stakes would be their very lives, but neither of them hesitated to pull the trigger. Ha! Just die already, you insane freak! What? Are you scared? Have a little fun, why don't you? Live a little! With none of its participants looking to back down, the game quickly escalated. Ha! We win again! Brace yourself and I'll help you with that death wish of yours. The dark match girl picked up a gun, judging its weight to gauge how many bullets, before pressing it to Midari's head. Yes, that's right. Perfect. This is it. Just one shot and all.
モニターには銃口を向けるもう一人の自分の姿が見える。やがて黒いマッチ売りの少女が引き金を引く直前、緑の体が崩れるように倒れた。え？撃っていないですよね。緑は弾丸によって倒れたのではなかった。地下室の空調が壊れ、空気はよどんでいた。その中で興奮し、罵り合っていたため、酸欠となってしまったのだ。黒いマッチ売りの少女が無事だったのは、火事場という低酸素環境に慣れていたからだった。マッチ売りの少女は呆然とその様子を眺めていただけだった。
Machiko watched her counterpart aim the gun on the monitor, and just as it finally seemed she would pull the trigger, Midari collapsed into a boneless heap on the floor. Yeah, she tends to hyperventilate a lot, especially when she gets super excited. Well, you didn't even pull the trigger yet, right? Midori hadn't collapsed from a bullet. In her excitement, had begun to hyperventilate until she fainted from lack of oxygen in the basement's stagnant air. In comparison, the dark match girl was calm and moreover far more accustomed to low oxygen environments, like house fires. For a moment, the two of them stood there, watching the unconscious Midori. I think the two of them is like, so, now what? I think her story revolves something around like house fires. Just gonna leave her?
おい、終わったぞ。
Hey, we're done
不戦勝だって
here. I
よ。
guess that's a forfeit for her. Yep.
そう
Looks like
お疲れ
nice
様
job.
ああ、あとこれ。
Yeah, yeah.
金。
Anyway, here.
私は
Take your
興味ねえ
money.
し。
I got no interest.
お金
Oh, my
あり
my
がとう
money. Thanks. Are you obsessed with money? What? How much is there?
金
Why
なん
is
て
it
つ
so
いでだ。
much?
こんなにこれ
There's
だけあ
so
れば
much. With this much money, we can leave.
ひも
Maybe.
じい思いをしない
Or that
それ
we'll
どころ
never
か
have to be hungry and forget food. We can live in a mansion. We can buy everything and anything and
お
do
い、
anything.
どこ行くんだよ。
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Uh-oh.
足り
You're
な
gonna
い
gamble more. Oh no. This is how gambling entices you.
マッチ完売
Like, once you have a lot of money, you instantly want more.
勝利と金の味を覚えた少女は積んだ大金でミケの首輪を外し、さらにギャンブルへとのめり込む。金さえあればここでは何でも地位も
I
命すら
think
も手
I'd
に
rather
入る。
the aggressive
貧乏
match
生活
girl.
が常だった彼女にはそんな金の魔力は毒だった。その毒は少女の目的を狂わせ、次第に二人の歩幅がずれていく。
疲れた。今日はもう寝るぞ。
先に休んでて。私はやることがあるから。もう一人の自分を欺き、マッチ売りの少女は単身危険なギャンブルへと身を投じるのだった。
With a newly acquired taste for victory, and more so a taste for money, little match girl threw off her mittens tag with her newfound largesse and began to gamble in earnest. She understood at last that here, money could buy you everything: comfort, status, and even lives. She had known only poverty before, and money had a poisonous, addictive allure. They say money makes the world go round. It was a poison that corrupted her every goal, gradually driving a wedge between the two girls. I'm exhausted. Gonna call it a night. Alright, go on ahead. I've got a few more things I need to do. The match girl had begun to lie to her counterpart, always concocting excuses to slip away and engage in dangerously risky gambles. You little girl who is very timid and shy, I can see why you lost a lot of money.
少女のもとに一人の女生徒が現れた。五十
Aw,
嵐さや
this
か、
lost girl.
生徒会書記兼生徒会長桃羽きらりの秘書。凛と背筋を伸ばしたその佇まいはまるで凪のように静かだった。あなたも私とギャンブルをしてお金をくれるんだよね。ね。マッチ売りはそう言って突如現れたさやかの裾を掴んだ。さやかは少女の手を払って告げる。
会長からのご指示で参りました。あなたに痛みを与えろと。
そうして新たな賭場が立つが、結果はマッチ売りの少女の惨敗だった。
One day, the match girl looked up to find Sayaka Igarashi standing before her, none other than the student council secretary and assistant to its president, Kirari. Her expression placid as a still lake. You'll play a game with me, won't you? Yeah, that's a weird typo. Asked match girl, smiling. She curled her fingers in Sayaka's sleeve before adding, give me some of your money too, won't you? Sayaka merely brushed her hand aside, saying, I'm here on orders from the student council president to make you suffer. With that, match girl was led to an all-new casino before being served an absolutely crushing defeat. And this is how you should never gamble. I'm sure sure the little match girl is gonna get a long lecture from the dark match girl.
そんな私の
But how could I lose? That's the power of
これ
gambling.
であなたは家畜に
It
逆
seems
戻
your
りです。
fortunes have reserved house pets.
そうお金
No, my money. My money. No surprise there.
哀れですね。
How pitiful. No, this is not happening. It isn't happening. You brought this on yourself. I'm not giving you pity. Nope, no pity. I pitied you from the beginning, but now I'm not.
大金をすべて奪われる敗北は少女の心を壊すには十分すぎる結果だった。Give me money.
English.
だらしないつぶやきが学園の倉庫に響く。やがてガラクタのように床へ転がるとじっとそのまま動かなくなってしまった。少女を照らすものは何もない。そんな彼女の瞳に桃髪キラリの姿が映った。キラリは少女の顎をすくい上げて言う。
私ね、子供の頃に考えたことがあるの。もし童話のマッチ売りの少女が大金を手に入れたらどうなるのかって。
そう言って恐ろしいほど美しい顔でキラリは微笑んだ。
Ah, so that's how the little match girl came into Kakegurui because of Kiari's little curiosity. That defeat and the concomitant loss of all of her newfound riches destroyed her. Money. Give me money. Her pitiful moans echoed through the school's storage closet. She let herself collapse onto the floor like so much rubbish, lying there without the will to move any further. The room was sunk in gloom, without so much as a light. When Kirari Momobami found her, she knelt gripping Match Girl's chin, retching it upwards as she spoke. Do you know, when I was a little girl, I always wondered what the match girl from the story would do if she ever came into some money, huh? Kiari just looked at her, a terrifying smile on her terrifyingly beautiful face. You got your answer, Kirari. This is what happens if you give a girl like her some money.
ガラン。ふとキラリの背後で固く乾いた音がする。
Oh no!
現れ
They're
たのは
back!
2体の人形。ギシンとアンキだった。彼らは矢継ぎ早にキラリへ文句を並べる。数ヶ月前、ライブラリと学園の世界が突然つながった時、2体の人形
Ah,
は
so they
強い
contacted
欲望を
her.
感じ、学園に来た。そしてキラリと出会い、ギャンブルを行ったのだ。その勝負で人形たちは大負けをした。金銭を持ち合わせていない人形たちに多額の負債を払えるはずはなく。
Clatter. Behind Kirari, there was a hard, hollow sound as two puppets appeared. Paranoia. Alright, you had your fun. It's time you returned our match girl. The two wasted no time preparing Kirari with a barrage of complaints. It seemed that several months ago, the worlds of the library and the academy had connected. Quite by coincidence, and the puppets had come to the school, sensing the powers, desires within. There they had met Kirari, and gambled with her. The puppets had lost in such a way that the two eternally broke puppets could never afford to pay. Well, they always try to figure out, like, what's the cheapest way to do what we want? But I feel like in this scenario, I don't think Kirari is gonna give the match girl back until she pays her debt.
確かに借金の方と
It's
して彼
true,
女を借り
we've
てい
only
るわ。
been borrowing her against her debt.
おとぎの国
How
と世
could
界
I
がつな
help
がっ
but
たん
be
だもの。
intrigued when we found
とても
ourselves
興味があったの。
linked with the
童
fairy
話の
tale
登場人
world?
物にね。
Can you blame me for
彼
wanting
らが
to
ギャンブル
see
の世
how
界
the
ではどうなる
characters
のか。
from those stories would fare in
見
a
てみた
world
かっ
of
たの。
gambling? That is true. I
彼女に
certainly
して正
make
解だったわ
the
ね。
right choice picking that one.
気に入ったわ。
I think I like you.
その姿。
Let me have a better
もっ
look.
と見せてちょうだい。
At least we satisfied her.
ギシンはマッチ売りの少女に近寄る。 ダメよ。連れて行かせないわ。しかしキラリがその前に立ちふさがる。もう一度ギャンブルをしましょう。そう言い、キラリは口角を上げる。かけるのは互いに管理しているものの所有権。私が勝ったらライブラリにいる住人たちをいただくわ。そんなのできるわけないだろう。人形たちはキラリに飛びかかる。緑から借りておいてよかったわ。そうキラリがつぶやいた瞬間、鋭い発砲音が2度鳴り響いた。
Wow. So the whole reason why we're in Kakegurui is because of Kirari, eh? Surely you've seen enough by now. Pada drifted closer to the match girl. Not at all. I can't have you taking her away now. Kirari stepped in front of the girl, blocking her from view. Why don't we bet on it? Just one more wager. The corner of her mouth twitched upwards into a sly smile. The stakes are our ownership rights. If I win, then the library citizens will all belong to me. We're not that stupid enough to make a bet like that. The puppets flew at Kirari. It's a good thing I borrowed this from Midari. The two puppets were brought up short as she murmured, two dull shots echoing in the dark room. I don't think guns will work on the dolls, to be honest, as they're kind of like immortal. At least now I know her objective.
額に穴の開いた2体の人形が転がる。キラリは構えていた拳銃を下ろすと振り返って語りかけた。
いつまで隠れているつもりかしら。そろそろ出ていらっしゃい。
その口調は確信に満ちていて、
気づいてたのかよ。
果たして倉庫の入り口から黒いマッチ売りの少女が姿を現した。キラリは首をかしげて倒れたまま動かない少女を見る。
ねえ、私に教えてちょうだい。どうしてここまで来たの？あなたにとってこの子は大事な存在。
The puppets collapsed in a heap, a crisp bullet hole in each of their foreheads as Kirari lowered the gun. How long are you planning to hide there? Go ahead and come out. Again, another grammar error. Her voice was steadily and confident, so you knew I was here. The dark match girl stepped into view, framed in the light from the doorway of the storage closet. Kirari inclined her head, still looking at the girl on the floor. So why don't you tell me? Why did you come all this way? Is she that important to you? Guessing she's very pissed off on Kirari.
はあ？そんなバカ。
Don't be
大事なわけねえ
stupid.
だろ。
She's not important. Oh, I thought she'd be important. Guess
金に
not.
目がくらんで。
That little
勝手に自滅しやがっ
self-destructive
て。
idiot, drunk on money.
あら、
She brought it
そう。
on herself.
それなら何も問題はないわ
Oh, well, in that case, we shouldn't have any problems.
けど
Nah,
さ、
but you know,
そんなや
she's
つをおもちゃにす
pathetic,
るあんた
but
は
I'm pretty
もっと
sure I
嫌いだ。
hate you more for toying with her like that.
ずいぶんな
Hey, what a strange feeling or
だ
thing
か
to
ら
say.
さ、私とギャン
What
ブ
I'm
ルしよう
saying
ぜ。
is, I want to make a bet with you.
そこに
We
転
can
が
play
って
to win
バ
the
カを
rights
かけ
to
てさ
that little idiot right here and now. Oh no, I'm not very good at it.
キラリが恍惚な笑みを見せて言う。
そう。それじゃあ特別な場所にご案内するわ。この時のために作ったとっておきの場所よ。
そうして対峙する二人が訪れたのは、視界を覆い尽くす炎と熱気が立ち込めた燃え盛る塔だった。炎を背にキラリが勝負内容を告げる。
謎解きをして扉を開いていき、出口を見つける脱出ゲーム。逃げ遅れたら命はないでしょうね。
さも当然のように語るキラリの青い瞳が黒いマッチ売りの少女を見据える。まるでその覚悟を問うように。
Kirari favored her with a delighted smile. Alright, why don't we change venues? I have a little place I've been setting aside for just such an occasion. The two faced each other then, as they stood before a burning tower, consumed in rolling flames. Kirari turned, lit by the fire at her back as she explained the rules. It's simple. This is an escape room game. Just figure out how to open the door, though if you take too long. Kirari's eyes glinted with the implicit threat. The dark match girl straightened as if gathering up her courage.
ルールはとても単純だった。塔の最上階から1階へ降り、先に脱出した者が勝つ。 ただし各階に備え付けられた階下に続く12の扉の中で施錠されていない扉は1つだけ。一度通った扉は施錠され、次は無作為に選ばれた別の扉が開錠される。
説明は以上よ。さて準備はいいかしら。
ああ、せっかくこんなたぎるような場所を用意してもらったんだ。さっさと始めようぜ。
互いを見据える表情に狂気がにじむ。死の脱出ゲームが幕を開けた。
The rules were simple. The first to descend from the tower's top and escape through the first floor would win. However, only one of the 12 doors between the starting point and the way out would be unlocked. Once traversed, that door will lock itself and a random door elsewhere will open. Any questions, or are you ready to begin? Sure, I'd hate for this lovely little bonfire you set up to go to waste. Come on, let's get this started. Her malicious stare was met and matched by Kirari's own. The president's little death trap was beginning to snap shut. All I can say is good luck to her, and hopefully her traumatic experience will not hinder her like little game.
おいおい、ナイトメアじゃねえか。
Oh, what kids? Why are the nightmares here? You can't have like a story without
あ
any
の人形た
nightmares.
ちから教えてもらったのよ。
Oh, these I had those puppets tell me all about them.
信
You
じらん
what?
ね
I can't believe you. Yes, can't believe you.
彼ら
though.
はここの鍵。
They're the keys to
倒
this
せばわ
place.
かるわ。
Hehe, you'll see
何
them.
わけわかんねえこと言って。
If you go around. Why are you doing this? You're so crazy.
とり
Guess
あ
I'll have
え
to
ず
push
やるしか
through.
ねえな。
At least it's something we're familiar with. I feel like they've been waiting all this time in this really like fiery, dark, not really dark, but fiery building.
燃え盛る塔の
They're
内部
suffering
が
so much.
次
The
々と湧き
nightmares.
出るナイトメアによって埋め尽くされていく。その群れにキラリが振りかざしたのはライブラリにのみ存在するはずの力だった。
お前、その力。
これもあの人形たちからもらったの。
そうしてキラリが放つ一撃がナイトメアを蹴散らすと宙に文字が浮かんだ。彼女はしばらくその文字を眺めた後、ある扉まで歩いていく。
お先に失礼するわ。
その言葉を最後にキラリの姿は扉の向こうに消えていった。
The interior of the burning tower was packed with nightmares, boiling up from nowhere and everywhere. Kirari faced up to the waves of them, wielding a power that should only exist within the library. You, how can you? I got it from the puppets, of course. She aimed a powerful kick at the nightmares, leaving letters hanging in space. She watched the message for a moment before striding towards one of the doors. I'll be going then. With that parting shot, Kirari disappeared through the door. I wonder which part of the animated / manga series does this game take place in? Like, how this game relate to the anime? I'm thinking kind of like in between like season 1 and 2?
どれだけ倒しても浮かび上がるのは幾何学模様のような暗号だけ。
なんだよこれ、全然わかんねえ。
そんな声が響いた瞬間、扉の一つが開け放たれた。大丈夫？そう言って駆け込んできたのは欲望に見入られ自滅した豪華。しかし確かに背を預けていた白いマッチ売りの少女だ。唖然とする黒いマッチ売りの少女に彼女が駆け寄るが、その後ろで再びカチッと施錠と開錠の音が鳴る。あ、扉閉じ込められちゃった。
Dark Machka fought and fought, but the only things that appeared were not letters, but geometric puzzles. What the hell? What is this nonsense? She shouted out in frustration just as one of the doors swung open. Are you alright? Running towards her, she saw her counterpart, the one who casted herself into an inferno of self-destruction, the one she'd trusted. For a moment, she just stared as Machka ran over to her until her reverie was broken by the click of a lock sliding home. Wait, the door will be locked in again. What are you doing here? Like, are you trying to help? But there's no trust between you and her anymore. You broke that trust. Are you trying to get brownie points or something?
ミイラ取りがミイラになってどうすんだ
I
よ。
appreciate the rescue, but who's gonna rescue you now? I wasn't really thinking ahead, I just couldn't stand by and... Aw, cute. Never mind that. How do you even know where to find me?
キラリさんに教
I
え
asked
てもらったん
Kirari,
だ
she told me.
はあなんで
Gee,
そんな
why?
こと
Why would she?
ひとまず
Can't we just get out of here first? Trying, but puzzles are hard. Can you do said puzzle?
炎の中少女たちは再び手を取り合う。浮かび上がる文字を探っているとふと足に柔らかな感覚が伝わった。あ、この床だけ材質が違うよ。何か硬いものをぶつけることができれば砕けると思う。
よし任せろ。
炎をまとった少女は硬い岩のようなナイトメアを掴んだ。いっけー！爆発のような轟音とともに床に大きな穴が開く。絶対に扉から出なければならないというルールは初めから存在しなかったのだ。
The two girls clapped hands there within the flames, eyes searching the letters that floated in the air until something felt different, lighter under their feet. Oh, the floor here is made of something different. I think we can break through it if we hit it with something hard enough. Alright, leave it to me then. Wreathed in flames, she took hold of a nightmare with a hide as hard as stone. Let's go! There was a sound like an explosion and the floor beneath them shattered. After all, the rules never said that they were required to use the doors to leave. Loopholes. I like finding loopholes. This should be the final one.
次々と床
Like the
を破
final
壊しな
verse.
がら二人の少女は塔を降りていく。やがて二人を涼やかな空気が包む。塔の外にキラリの姿はない。勝ったの？これを見てみな。塔の入り口に備えられたパネル、そこに書かれた文字を見てマッチ売りの少女は驚きに目を見開いた。これはエラー？マップ一面に敷き詰められた暗号のようなエラー文。それは強すぎる炎によって塔の扉が故障しているという警告のメッセージだった。
They worked their way down through the tower, smashing the floors one by one until they stood together in the fresh air outside. Kirari was gone. Did we win? Did we win? Look at this. There was a panel set next to the tower entrance, and both girls' eyes went wide as they read the message written on it. Is this an error? Symbols cluttered the surface of the map, like nothing so much as an error message. It seems the tower doors were broken, damaged by the heat of the flames, at least according to that warning on the screen. Either Kirari was trapped, or she's waiting for us somewhere, or we might have killed her. But I feel like she's either trapped or just waiting, because there's no way we killed a character.
助けに行くのか。
You want to save her? Are we really doing this? Yep. Oh, she is trapped in there.
ったく。わかったよ。
I thought you might do what you want then. You don't want to come with? Alright, I'll be back soon.
塔の中、マッチ売りの少女は走る。しばらく進んだ先、煙が立ち込める中、キラリが落ち着いた様子で立っていた。キラリさん、助けに来ました。キラリは振り向いて笑う。
勝者が敗者に手を差し伸べるのはルール違反よ。
でも、私はあなたにお礼が言いたかったんです。
お礼？心当たりはないけれど。
ギャンブルのおかげでお金がいっぱいある世界を知ることができました。少女はキラリの腕をつかみ笑う。でも私には貧乏倹約生活の方が性に合っているみたいです。
The match girl darted back inside the tower, only to find Kirari standing there amidst the billowing smoke, calm and perfectly poised. Kirari, I came to get you out. Kirari glanced away laughing. It's against the rule for one of the winners to help a loser. Then think of it as a thank you. I've been wanting to tell you. A thank you? What could you have possibly want to thank me for? Thanks to you and the gambling, I was able to know what it's like to have plenty of money. She stepped closer, clutching Kirari's arm and smiling up at her. Still, I think maybe I'm more suited to a life of frugality, aka poverty. Thanks for teaching her how money is. a poison. I hope the match girl, the one that's like timid and shy like her currently, learns a lesson. Think twice before you gamble stuff away. I wonder how this will end.
少女は
Probably
キ
like
ラ
a
リを
thank
連
you
れて
thing.
塔の外へと飛び出す。それと同時に燃え盛る塔
Oh,
は
this is a goodbye.
音を立てて崩れ落ちた。視界を覆う煙が晴れると、もう一人のマッチ売りの少女が呆れて笑っていた。
無事でよかったな。
私たちの勝ちですよね。
そうね。惜しいけれど、ここでお別れのようね。
キラリは少女たちを眩しそうに見つめた後、静かに目を伏せた。少女たちの長い学園生活が終わりを告げる。脳裏には踊るように弾けるコインの音がまだ鳴り響いていた。
She tugged on Kirari's arm, leading her out of the burning tower just as the whole building collapsed in on itself with a deafening roar, sending sparks showering up into the night. When the smoke finally drifted away, she found her dark counterpart there, leveling an exasperated smile. Glad you made it out alright. This round goes to us then, right? I suppose it does, though I'm loath to admit it. This is goodbye then. Their long stay at the academy was finally over, but she couldn't quite shake the sound echoing in the back of her mind, the musical clink of coins. It's a somewhat happy ending, and we did see like all of the characters for a brief second, but it's just mostly the little match girl and Kirari in this story. Let's see if the dolls survived. Like they got shot in the head. Anything else afterwards? Yes, there is. There you go, I knew you wouldn't die. Ow, ow, I thought we're done for there, you think. But I know you. The desire in that world was entirely too strong. Uh-huh. The desire runs thick here, oozing like mud. Well, duh, it's greed. I'm glad we didn't come closer without taking precautions. The little match girl did well to make it out alive. True, very true. Still, those people they fought were really... terrifying. I was terrified. I would too, to be honest. Some, maybe not. I felt like I'd fall into a bottomless swamp. Fair enough. Still, thinking back on things... Uh-huh. Gambling with Kirari was... Uh-oh. It gave me shivers. I don't think I ever had a thrill like that before. Well, the way a truly inspired game of chance can cut to the core in you, well, it's not so bad, is it? At least you know, the feeling of fear. Perhaps we should, do desire as well. Round and round, back to the world of gambling once more. Now! Oh, we're going back to the world of gambling? We're gambling? Remember, kids, think responsibly. Act responsibly. If you're gonna gamble, think wisely. Don't spend all of your money. Life lesson. Is there anything in hard? Let me just check. Oh, there is something in the hard stages. Okay. Sayaka says, I've got an interesting premonition, Kirari? My, whatever could you possibly be thinking? I'm guessing Kirari's thinking about our time in the academy? So this is probably what happens after we left or before we arrived. It's interesting that they have like something in the heart stages, which means this is gonna be a very long video. But I think the heart stage is gonna be very short.
Jakusha wa kuware, kyōsha ga ikinokoru. Kuyashikereba, ichiban ni nareba ii. So, sore dake nanoda.
Life is survival of the fittest. If anyone has a problem with that, all they have to do is become the most fit. That's simply all there is to it. It's gonna be interesting to if they're gonna speak about us, like the little match girl. Oh, is it just gonna be Sayaka for a bit?
もしいるとするならば、それは通じ合った者同士だ。まるでコインの裏表のように。
No one here is going to stick their neck out for the weakling. Even if they did, they wouldn't do it just for anyone. Heads I wins, tails you would lose. Like everybody's like group mentality type of vibe. So I feel like it's gonna be like 2 to 3 verses full of just one character, and then the next character have like their own lines.
Kaichou は見越していたのだ。もう一人の少女がやってくることを、じきに面白いことになると。
Kirari was right. Things really did get a bit more interesting as soon as the other one got here. Oh, so this like whole thing is during our stay here. So I was wrong. It's not before or after, it's like during the thing.
誰かがそばにいるという事実。それだけで自分の大きな力になりうるのは間違いない。
It's certainly true that just having someone by your side can give you a lot of strength. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for the people who supported me. I wonder if it's just gonna be all of Sayaka. I imagine that all of the other characters will have a say.
レイズ。
会長が愛する学園をクソ呼ばわりなど、会長の邪魔になるようなら早く排除しなくては。
Yep, this is definitely during our stay at the academy. How dare they say such things about Kirari's precious school? If they mean to get in her way, we'll best dispose of them as soon as possible.
人の関係は絡めば絡むほど複雑になる。そしていつか歯車が噛み合った時、想像もつかないような力が見える。
The more you get wrapped up in other people, the more complicated things get. But when things fall into place perfectly, there's unimaginable power to be gained. You know, I can just imagine Sayaka just lurking in the corner, just listening to our conversation and watching what we do, like in the darkness. Oh, we're battling against Mary again.
Yarimashita! 勝ちましたよ!
誰も信じられない状態で、唯一信じられるのは自分だけ。疑心が満たされるまで。潰し合えばいい。
When you can't trust anyone, the only person you can rely on is yourself. So crush everyone. Crush them until there's no longer any target worthy of your suspicion. There are other ways then besides to crush them. I guess investigate before you crush them.
あの気弱な少女か。やはり早急に手を打たなければならない。
That little weakling? It seems I'll need to involve myself in matters and soon. Yep, this is probably near the part where Sayaka intervenes and tries to defeat us. Well, does defeat us. I think this is still the part where they talk to Mary and Yumiko. Or is it another part where we talk to Midori? No, it should be still Yumiko and Mary.
レイズ。
リスクに恐怖を感じない者は怖くはない。いずれ自滅する。厄介なのはリスクを背負うことに快感を覚える者のことだ。
There's no need to fear someone who doesn't themselves fear risk. People like that will destroy themselves. The ones you need to watch are the ones who enjoy risk. Yep, like Yumiko.
絶対に届かないと諦めていたものが手に触れた時の心地。それはまるで人生を変えてしまうような瞬間だ。
Life-changing, isn't it? That moment you get to touch something that's been thus far denied to you your entire life. I think she's talking about when the little match girl is currently in poverty and then all of a sudden, lots of money! So, say, what will she do if she has lots of money? It's very interesting to like hear Sayaka's thoughts like throughout this whole entire like main story. And we're only seeing like Sayaka's thoughts. So I feel like it's just gonna be Sayaka from beginning to end. Oh, so this is like Midori's section where we battle like for the ESP game.
この学園には様々な人間がいる。故にギャンブルをする理由も様々だ。ただの死にたがりだって例外ではない。
Here at this school, there are as many motivations for gambling as there are students. A death wish is not such a surprise. I always wonder what they think of Midori, and I guess I know what Sayaka's thinking.
あの少女の報告をするたびに会長は微笑んでくださる。会長が楽しそうでいてくだされば私はそれだけで嬉しい。
Kirari smiled when I reported what I've seen of that girl. As long as she's happy, I don't need anything else. Yeah, she's like really obsessed with Kirari. Maybe one day she wants to marry her.
行き過ぎた欲望は自らの目を曇らせる。自分が地面を這いずっていることにも気づかずに。
You've been blinded by your own desire and greed, so that you don't even realize how you crawl along the ground. Well, money does make you go blind. Like you see nothing but your own selfish needs? Because again, money makes the world go round. Without it, we just go in chaos.
会長の仰せのままに。会長の命令は絶対だ。その意図を私が理解できなくとも。
Your orders are absolute. I don't need to understand them. I guess this is the part where Sayaka comes to us and we gamble against her and then got into defeat. Which is a sad moment, but still, no pity.
やりました。勝ちましたよ。
破滅した人間というのは実に哀れだ。普通の人間なら見向きもしないだろうに、会長だけは違う。会長はいつだって。
Truly pathetic to see someone broken so. Most wouldn't bother to spare you a glance. The president is different though. She's always...
最近の会長がいつにも増して楽しそうだった理由が分かった。あなたはどこまで上り詰めるのでしょうか。私なんかには到底追いつけない。
I finally understand why she seemed to be having so much more fun of late. How much higher will you climb? Climb to a place I could never follow. I remember that Netflix is going to make a spin-off series, I think, of the anime, like before Yumiko arrived, like before everything happened.
会長には力がある。世界さえも手にしてしまう力が。
She's powerful, powerful enough to hold the world in the palm of her hands. Like, I think I remember that Kirari is like the head leader of the Momobami clan, and then there's like different sections of like the Momobami clan, like how you have with the Uchida clan in Naruto and the Somas in Fruits Basket.
大事な存在。会長にとってそれは誰なのだろう。私でありたい。今はそう思うだけで精一杯だ。
Important. Is anyone so important to her, I wonder? I wish that I was. Right now, that thought consumes me. Look, I think you are important to her. I remember in the anime, or maybe in the manga as well, you literally fell, not really fell, but like jumped off a tower and then landed on a crash mat. So, she does care about you, and you are important to her.
会長を見ていると時折背筋が凍りつく。その瞳で何を見据えているのか私には見当もつかない。
Sometimes when I look at her, I can feel myself tensing up. I can't even imagine what thoughts might lie beneath that gaze.
会長が決めたことに間違いはない。いつだってそうだ。私は信じて待つのみだ。
Her decisions are never wrong. Never. All I need to do is trust and wait. You know, we are all humans too, right? We all make mistakes. Even Kirari does. Well, to her, like Sayaka, she is the perfect person. So her being wrong is like a never thing.
やりました。勝ちましたよ。
会長はいつでも私の想像を超える。その姿が私の心を震わせる。
She always exceeds my expectations. My heart quivers in anticipation just to see her. I'm honestly not gonna be surprised if she just confessed her love right there, right now. Like even in the anime. We're nearly in the end.
会長が作り上げたギャンブルだから、どんなギャンブルの常識も筋書きも当てはまらなくて当然だ。そんな不安定すら愛しているのだから。
The president came up with this game. It's no wonder it's so singular, so unlike the everyday wages. I love it. Even that sense of uncertainty. I adore all of it.
ルールで縛ることはたやすい。項目を追加していけば良いだけだから。しかし会長はあえて穴を開ける。私はそんな会長を推したいしている。
It's easy to hamstring someone with rules. All you need to do is keep adding to them. I know she can find loopholes though. That's one of the things I love so much about her. Loopholes are your best friend. They can get you out in tricky situations. This should be the last one?
会長はどこまでも欲望に忠実だ。ギャンブルのすべてを楽しんでしまう。たとえ炎に包まれた塔に閉じ込められたとしても。
The president is ever faithful to her desires. She enjoys everything about the game, even when she's locked into a flaming tower. Yeah, no matter what, Kaori will see it through, like the gambling. Like her whole entire life is gambling, and her obsession is like the thrill of it, like Yumiko. Hence why those two always go well together.
その時会長が何をお思いになったのかはわからないけど、いえ、それを知ろうとするのは僭越というものだろう。
I can't know what she must have been thinking in that moment, but no, it really isn't my place to even think on it. I think this is the part where we all say goodbye and go into our own different worlds. But yeah, overall, I could never know what Kiari's thinking. Maybe it's all a big game to her. Okay, everyone, that is it for the Kakegurui collaboration Fairy Tale Gamblers story event. I hope that y'all enjoyed. Basically, in the main story, the little match girl came into the world in debt, and the dark match girl came to save the day. Overall, this is Kiari's doing. They made a deal with the dolls, and we just got out of that, saved Kiari's ass, and went to our own world. And then in the heart stages, we looked at Sayaka's little monologue, little like thoughts on throughout the whole entire verse. Like she's been looking into the shadows, looking into like a corner, and just stalked us. Overall, probably gonna give this like event, like this story wise, like a 7 maybe out of 10. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Kakegurui collaboration event. There is a new giveaway and it's on the screen. There's a new giveaway link on the top of the description. I hope you guys enter it to win Twilight Crystals every month, and I'll see you all next time, whether on stream, on YouTube. I hope you all have a nice day or night depending on where you are. This is Rin signing out, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye everyone, and take care.